everybody, it's Mandy. Today we're going to be working on our January budget for 2020. So excited to start a new year. We had a wonderful holiday, wonderful New Year's Eve, and we're ready to get in and accomplish awesome things in 2020. This is my Erin Condren Deluxe Monthly. I've already written in when the bills are due on what days. I am going to be trying a new sticker company. We're going to be trying Maury June. This is her January budget. This is the washi strip that she had. This is the January budget kit. Very similar to what I was using, but a little bit different. She also has thin washi, a sinking fund, and transaction headers. I did purchase some more of the thick washi, and there's the weekly check-in page, and then she also has very nice paycheck pages. Excuse me. I like how she breaks them down into expenses, cash envelopes, sinking funds, and savings. That's pretty much how I do it, so I was excited to see her release these. Alright, let's get started. Let's start with the January budget. I usually put that on the first page here. Her blade was a little dull. No? I have to cut these. I ended up having to cut it out with scissors, which is disappointing. Hopefully the rest of the stickers will come clear okay. Let's see. Looks like that'll work. Oh, it's a little crooked. That's okay. That's the least of my problems. Okay, so here's the January budget page. Looks like that's going to come out okay. So that's good. Looks like it was just the washi strips. Honestly, I wasn't going to cut out all these scripts and stuff. I would have just gone without. Alright, so first we'll put down the income strip. I like the font that she used there. And you can tell there where I cut it out, it's not straight. But that's okay. That's alright. Alright, so for January, I will have 2 paychecks. So we'll call it paycheck 1. And paycheck 2. Budgeted, I usually budget about $1,800 per paycheck. It varies depending on if I pick up extra shifts, if I work over a little bit. And then I will come back each paycheck and put in the actual and the variance. So we'll put this total strip down. I like that on the total strip she used the pattern. I think that's pretty. Okay, so the budgeted total will be $3,600. The dollar signs. Okay, so next we can put a decorative strip. Should I put a decorative strip? Maybe we'll do this pattern. Oh no, we're not going to. They're not good. That's alright. It'll give us more room for our expenses. So put down our expenses strip right below here. Give us plenty. Okay. I may speed up this part because it's maybe boring watching me write down all of our expenses. We'll start with tithe 10%. Is that right? Yeah. And then savings. Try to remember. I think yes, $20 automatically comes out every paycheck to my savings account. I may think about increasing that here in the near future, but that would be $40 because I have 2 paychecks. And then rent is $850. Xbox is $16. This is like Xbox Live. I believe it's combined with another Play Pass where he can play different games. It's for my son. Let's go closer here. Then our car payment is about $185. The Wi-Fi is $75. It used to be $100, but we had TV, like 10 select channels with that, and I called them and canceled that because every time I get a bill it was a couple dollars more expensive and it was getting way too much and we weren't watching it. So Go Henry is the debit cards for my kids. There's a service charge every month and that is $12. And then water. The water bill and sewage, I usually budget $90. It's been less than that lately, so hopefully, I just want to overshoot it just in case. And then my cell phone is $100 a month. I have an awesome deal where I have 4 unlimited lines for $20 each. Let's see. And then gas for the house, which we have been using more now that it's cold. I'm going to, I don't know, I really don't know what it's going to be, so I'm going to do $150. Just to be safe. And then, let's see, electric after the gas. And I usually do about $130 for the electric. After electric I have my little sheet over here I'm looking at, my cheat sheet. Our car insurance, which we use Geico. And this recently went down because I sold my other car to my sister. It's about $75 a month. And, oh, babysitter. I have to pay her for 4 days every 2 weeks. So that would be $200, is that right? 8 times 25 is 200. Oh, look, my nails are horrible. Look at that. This formula does not dry very quickly. My daughter got an advent calendar for Christmas, and every day she'd open it up and there'd be a new nail polish. And she didn't like some of the colors, so I kind of stole them and used them, but I don't think I let the layers dry completely. Or maybe, I think it's the top coat that wasn't drying very well. So I'll have to take that off after this video. Alright, so babysitter, where were we? Oh, I do have a balance on my Capital One credit card, so I'm going to be needing to make a payment for that. I'm not sure what the minimum payment is going to be, so I'm going to estimate about $150. Oh, hi. And then, oh, Disney Plus is something that we added recently. I'm not sure the exact day that it comes out, but it's about $8. We'll put that there. And I think that covers all of the bills. Now we have the weekly expenses. Oh, wait, how am I going to do this? Okay. Let's do one category for the sinking funds. So we'll just put, do I have enough? 1, 2, yeah. Sinking funds. I like to put $100 every paycheck, so that would be $200. And then my cash envelope categories are groceries. Am I going to have room here? Gas. Yeah, I should. Gas. Eating out. And miscellaneous. For groceries, I do, let's see, 300 a paycheck, so that would be 600. For gas, I do about 60 a paycheck, so that would be 120. Eating out, I've been doing about 200 a paycheck. Is that right? That would be 400. Seems like a lot, doesn't it? And then miscellaneous, I do 100 a paycheck, so that's 200. Now, hopefully, when we add all this up, the expenses will be less than the income.
It's ironic that I would happen to say that.
So let's get the total sticker. Put the total expenses. Okay. All right, so I was filming with my phone, so I had to stop and use my phone. And unfortunately, when I added up all my expenses, the amount is almost $4,000 when my expected income is only $3,600. So this is a real life situation. I am trying to figure out why it's so much more. So I looked through here and thought of ways that I can reduce expenses, make sure I've got the amounts right. Down here at Babysitter, I was able to take $50 off. Originally, I had budgeted $200 here, but I looked back in my sinking funds and I have $50 left over from December that I didn't use for my babysitter. So I am able to reduce this to $150. I took a look at my Capital One because I wasn't sure what the minimum payment would be. And I re-estimated. Originally I said $150. I took a look at last month's. I had paid more than the minimum, but this should be about right at $120, so that's $30 less. This one, originally I said I wanted $200 into my sinking funds, but when your budget doesn't add up, you have to make cuts somewhere. So instead I said I would do about $80. If I have extra money, like if I'm more income than I expected, I can always add more, but this is what we'll budget. So I was able to get $120 from here. And then of course, eating out is a good place to cut your budget. Not only will it be healthier, but I will save a lot of money. This originally said $400 for the month, so I took $60 a week, so about $240. That'll still give us plenty to eat out when we need to. And my new total is, here, let me erase this. So with all of those changes, I was able to get my expenses down to $3,601. I'm not real worried about the dollar over because a lot of these expenses are overestimated, so we should be fine. So yeah, I guess that's why you have a budget, so that you can know exactly if you're spending too much in certain areas, you can adjust it. And now we are almost a $0 budget, and we are ready to go for January. I'm going to take a look at the rest of my setup here. So I do have a monthly overview, but I do go paycheck by paycheck to know which bills come out of which paycheck. So I'll set that up. But I usually over here I have my weekly check-in page. I'm going to pause this and cut out my washi strip. So I'll be right back. A lot of things have gone wrong this budget. The washi strips, my nails, the budget was over, but that's okay. This is real life. Alright, so this washi strip is going to be a little crooked, but that's okay. And crooked, I mean where I cut it out. It's not perfect. But so one of the important things for me in budgeting is to every week look at my spending, see how much I have left budgeted for each category. So that's what this page is all about. I didn't do very good in December doing this, I guess because I got busy and I was overspending with Christmas and everything. But one of my resolutions is to do better about that. Whoa! So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I keep track of 4 categories: the grocery, the gas, eating out, and miscellaneous. Miscellaneous is a nice category because there are things that I don't really anticipate Now that I do have my sinking funds, it is nice because there are some things that I can anticipate and be prepared for. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm loving having a sinking fund. Sinking funds. For instance, from the medical, I recently took a couple dollars, well, $6 out for some melatonin. I use melatonin to help me sleep because I work night shift. And 1, 2, 3, 4. It helps me go to sleep and stay asleep. And I'm going to try the extended release. So one side of it will help you go to sleep right away. And then the other side is an extended release so that you can stay asleep longer. Sometimes with a normal melatonin, you'll wake up for about 4 hours in. But this has an extended release side. I don't know why I'm telling you this. It's one of the joys of night shift. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can be exhausted but still have trouble sleeping. And it's very important to get your sleep so that you can function, especially when you're a nurse. Oh, I'm sorry, that was off camera. So here I've given myself just enough room for each category, and then we do have a totals page for the end of the month. You can see how much you've spent. That way you can adjust if you need to. Oops, I didn't do my little header. Anyway, weekly check-in is done. And then on these other pages, I will do a sinking fund and a transaction page. I recently changed up the way I do my sinking funds. Let me go back to December here. I was doing them like monthly, but then I realized that wasn't, I had too much activity within these sinking funds and I needed to do it weekly. So I may actually do like 2 pages of sinking funds, but then I'll run out of pages, won't I? Okay, so what I might have to do is do in the back where I have extra notebook pages, have like 2 sinking funds and a transaction. Maybe I'll do that. Alright, I'm going to cut out my washi and I'll be right back. Maybe I'll email the owner of Maury June and let her know. She's one of my favorite budgeters to watch on YouTube. It's kind of weird when you watch someone for so long, it's almost like you know them. Is that creepy? It's kind of creepy. Okay. Well, that's alright. So, sinking funds. I kind of wish that the 2 letters were connected, honestly. But that's okay. And then, since I'm going to do 2 pages of it, I don't think I'll have a header over here. I'll just use maybe the washi, sorry, the cat's in the way there, the washi strips to divide each week. But this will get me a starting here. Sinking funds. And then I'll need the 2 pages for that, and then the transactions will go here. There's, hi Midnight, I'm coming to help. You needing some attention. Ooh. Alright. Here, why don't you move your bottom? Okay, so for the transactions, I like to keep track of when I take money out of a sinking fund. Since I don't use cash, I use my different bank accounts. This is very important. Oh no! I don't want to cut that out. I really don't. Alright, I will cut this. I'll cut it out. But I'll do that off camera. It's been quite the adventurous budget here, but that is life, isn't it? That is life. It's kind of like Murphy's Law. What can go wrong will. But you know what? The Lord is still good and the Lord provides for us. And I thank you for joining me on the just chewing planner. Stop that. Stop that. But thank you for joining me. I will be back with a weekly paycheck next week. And so we can... Really? Oh no, here comes another one. This is going to be a fun one to edit. Yay, I did it. All right, I think I'm done planning for a little bit. Let me get back to January here. Actually, I'm a sucker for punishment. I'm gonna look at these, at least look at these and see if they're cut. They look better. Yeah, I think they're cut. Okay. All right, so we'll we'll deal with these when it comes time for the paycheck. Thanks again for joining me, guys. I hope you have a wonderful 2020, a good start to your 2020. Share with me your New Year's resolutions. I love making New Year's resolutions. I love the fresh start, setting goals. So tell me what you are working on. I'm hoping to, 1, lose weight, 2, buy a house. Well, that was random. But anyway, thanks again, guys. Bye-bye.